You're not the only water messiah around here.
Oh, we have a challenger.
Wow, that gauntlet just went.
All right, show's over. Goodbye.
10,863 installations, and I get stuck with the one in the far pole.
Were you talking to me, Trooper Pike?
No, Gamma, I wasn't talking to you.
Heat signature detected, Trooper Pike.
A what?
Heat signature.
Yes, I heard you the first time. How hot? Are you sure it's not just an acid or something?
Approximately 6,000 degrees Celsius.
A plasma engine?
A reasonable assumption, Trooper Pike.
No ident marker?
Negative, Trooper Pike.
Oh, great. A plasma engine, probably attached to a ship with no identification, and it's my job to find out to whom that ship belongs.
Were you talking to me, Trooper Pike?
No, Gamma. But I do want you to start up the Sentinel. We've got a signal to hunt.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
With me, Gamma. Give me a scan, please, Gamma. What are we looking at here?
Scanning. Snow depression and ice melt radius along with pollution signatures signify a cargo lifter. Approximate displacement of 3,000 tons.
Oh, that's just great.
Trooper Pike.
What's wrong, Gamma?
Tank treads and footprints leading into the valley, Trooper Pike.
Fantastic. We have to find them. I'm going to continue on foot while you hunt the main group. I see another set of footprints nearby.
Affirmative, Trooper Pike.
This was meant to be a quiet station. No action, they said. I'm an idiot, I say. Huh. Righty, mysterious intruder. Think yourself a cave dweller, do you?
Well, here goes nothing. By the authority of the Planetary Defense Force, show yourself!
Are you trying to get yourself killed?
Says the person holding a gun to a PDF trooper. Who in the four hells are you?
Your only hope.
Okay. Welcome everybody to ColdRead the podcast by voice actors for voice actors. That very curious intro was done by Renara.
My first sort of ever sci-fi-esque type thing.
Ah.
Written and directed entirely by Grimm this time.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. This is partially his baby, but I'm the producer of said thing. He's directing and doing the creative side. I am doing all the audio engineering and putting everything together and using my talents as I always do. But hopefully we'll see where this goes, and they're all going to be short and mini because it's a really nice exercise to keep them under 5 minutes. So we'll see where this goes.
Well,
Good luck, because I tried that, and it's really tough.
Well, I'm not writing it, Grim's writing it, so that's up to him.
Sure, I'm just saying, personal experience. I had 10 minutes before, and even that was difficult.
Yeah.
well, real quick before we go on, if you have any topics, anything you want us to talk about, anyone you want us to talk to, please email us your recommendations, ColdReadthePodcast@gmail.com, or you can join our Discord. Link is going to be in the description. Just go ahead and click right underneath and come on in, and we will be more than happy to join the community that continues to grow. So thank you for those that have joined recently. We'd love to hear your audio files, so you can email us or you can drop them off in the Discord. We'd love to dedicate a whole episode to something like that, which we did previously, but we would love to hear the listeners' audio, not random people that are just looking for feedback. So please feel free to do so. We're super nice. And hello, Blaze Kind.
Kinda bad.
Oh, kinda bad. There it is. Hello. If you're listening to this, we do record this live on Twitch, so we do try to interact with the chat. Twitch.tv/Zamoody. It always happens at noon Pacific on Sunday, or
8 p.m. for all of us tea and crumpet people.
and continue. Thank you.
She said the thing.
She said the thing. Continue. Thank you to Renara for providing us with those wonderful shorts on YouTube. Please feel free to subscribe. Cold Read the Podcast, and come on. And hello, Magmorta, always doing our wonderful mod thing. Thank you for being here. Always appreciated. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, wow, that was an incredible intro. Just looking at when we initially started doing these to where we are now, it's night and day, and it's incredible. I mean, even the music kicking up at like emotional times. All of these things that have been learned as we've been making these. I also kind of wanted to float the idea that I would love for people in the community to give us intros.
Oh, hell yes. Come on, guys. I want to hear what you all have. Come on.
Yeah, so something to consider if you're in the community, and we'll go ahead, maybe we'll set up a little section for that and see if that's possible or anybody's interested. So again, thank you and welcome to the show. Let's do a regular check-in like we always do. And Renara, how has your week been?
It's been a week. It's been interesting. I've kind of been playing more of a sort of slight mentor role for some voice actors recently. Just some people that I've met in sort of the community who are just getting their toes into it, and I've introduced myself as a voice actor, and they've gone, oh, first voice actor I've met. Hi, could you give me some pointers? And I'm there going, well, we do a podcast. No, but
No, it's good. Please, by all means.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's very much a sort of just meeting more people and sort of getting the vibe on definitely different types of people and different things, and just spreading wisdom here, there, and everywhere. Obviously, I've been working on that, which is going to be kind of hopefully a new series. I will be also auditioning for possibly another paid role. They asked internally on the project if any of the voice actors on the project already wanted to audition for any other roles, and so I've been asked to go for another one, so I will be sending that in tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been updating my website a little bit because I realized, hey, there would look like there was a massive gap between 2021 and now, and I was like, I'm sure I was doing stuff. I'm pretty sure I was doing stuff. Skywind is almost like, in the sense of the Dunmer is almost done. I've only got 10 lines left to do, and then
Nice.
hopefully, because they've got to go through my other big one because they might have missed it. I mispronounced things because they changed the pronunciation 2 years ago, and I've finished that in like 2020. So that's going to be interesting. Other than that, just going on with emotions, and yeah, things
Nice.
are good.
Good. Glad to hear it. Welcome, Renara. All right, Eldurrino, how's your week been?
Very busy.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, not only with my day job, but I finally got around to doing what I promised myself, like probably a year ago now. I updated my character reel.
Ooh.
And I also put out my first commercial reel.
Nice.
Both of which were self-produced. comparing it to other people who I view, I view them as being professional audio engineers. I'd say I'm probably maybe like 60 to 70% of the way there. I'd say it's, it's pretty decent, but maybe not like quite, really, really professionally done. But either way, I am very excited to have those done because that means tomorrow I'm going to start. Basically, I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna eat my food, and then I'm gonna probably spend the rest of the day in my booth, looking for auditions, auditioning for said auditions, auditioning for auditions.
We know what you meant.
I have to take a moment to see if that makes sense. No, but so yeah, I mean, either way, it's a huge weight off my shoulders because I've been wanting to do this for forever, basically. And it also gives me a sense of feeling, I guess, more complete. So yeah, so I get to start auditioning come tomorrow. Really gonna try and go hard in that, as well as continuing my auto engineering journey.
Nice.
Speaking of which, since I have a moment and a platform to speak on,
God.
I'm going to say if you are looking for a reasonably priced demo reel, hit up Eldurrino on Twitter, and I would be more than happy to talk with you, and we will come to something. And you can also listen to my reels and see how they sound, and then you'll know if I'm worth your money. Anyways, yeah, I'm just doing some.
Hey.
shilling.
This commercial was brought to you by Eldurrino. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how you do it, Renara. Sorry. Yeah. No. Otherwise, Otherwise, I haven't really been doing much. I've been playing Shatterline in my free time, which pretty enjoyable game. It's 100% free and it's made by some team in the Ukraine. Which, holy crap, those guys are awesome. Highly recommend it so far.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, well,
So
welcome
how's
to the
your
show.
week been?
Thank you. I've been complaining about health issues for about the last month. We continue on. I've seen specialists, and the weirdest thing that they did was they packed one of my ears, and that is a very, very strange feeling. Not being able to hear and feeling. So I get to go back to him on Tuesday, get all that removed, and hopefully, I'll start to feel finally better enough. This is like the first time I've been downstairs pretty much since like the last podcast. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because it's a long way to get to, and I mean a long way like going out, coming around, and dealing with the dogs and everything. So, I've been lazy. Sure. I've been very lazy. God of War Ragnarok has been absolutely stellar, though. I do recommend it if you have an opportunity to play it. It is a wonderful story and it's awesome voice acting. My hat off to that team because woo. They know how to tell a good story. I don't want the story to end, so it's like it's taking me forever to get past the stupid game because I want to do everything. Yeah. Other than that, hopefully planning to. I need to get my other character that I have for Skyrim mods up and running. I have the script. I just have not been able to make it in. So hopefully this next week we'll have that opportunity. So with all that said and done, we have ShimmyChanga. Welcome again. Love the name. Before we get started, Before we get started on your journey, let me ask you, how's your week been?
It's been good. I kind of busy. Had a competition in one of the voice acting servers I'm in. So I finished that up almost last minute because I had to scrap the original script because it wasn't turning out right, and just rewrote another one that I had sort of started and the night before, and then did all the recording and sound effects. And I did some more auditions, trying to get back into it with the auditions.
Nice.
Is it like a post-holiday kind of break that you did, or?
No, it's just me not. Yeah, it's just more of me just trying to get myself to audition more.
Gotcha.
And not be distracted by other things.
Very cool.
Oh yeah.
So this competition, you wrote it and you edit. Is it similar to what I did today? Like
yes.
Cool.
pretty much.
All right.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, could you tell us? I'm very interested. I want to know what was all that about.
I
wanna
was
know, I
like,
wanna know.
hold my headphones. I'm about to sweep these people.
So in the one server I'm in, they like to do competitions for the voice actors in there, just for us to do it. And this one we were able to write our own script or just produce something of 2 minutes or so.
See,
And
there's where your
it's
problem would be, Renara.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, this one was under 2 minutes, and this one became slightly over 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to be using this one in my character demo when I eventually
Ooh.
redo my character demo. It's a revamp of something I already did for the character demo, but this time with better voice acting, better sound effects, and there's some music in there.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get, and welcome to the show, and thank you so much for providing your time. So we love to hear everybody's story of how you got through voice acting. So how did this all start for you?
Well, where to begin? When I was a wee lad, my father, he liked to try different voices, and because he would do it, I'd do it as well. And eventually I just grew up continuing to do it, improving myself. And then I went off to college. And at college, I spent the first half of the semester using a different accent and convinced everyone I was from some other country that I wasn't.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
So you're
And-
just straight up method acting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and throughout my entire life, it's your typical, you do voices, you'd be good at. Have you ever considered voice acting? And I've always told people like, yeah, maybe someday, maybe I'd think about it. And then one day when I was working at my job bottling water,
Fun.
you're not the only water messiah around here.
Oh, we have a challenger.
Wow, that gauntlet just went.
All right, show's over. Goodbye.
Working there, I was thinking to myself, I should try it. And I had money saved up, and my fiance, she's like, yeah, like go for it, try it out. And so I dropped a bunch of money on a mic, an interface, just some equipment, and started it last year.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. So this was, well, are we talking 2022, 2021?
2022.
2020.
I
Oh, wow.
started.
So really like last year.
Yes, I believe I started about April is when I first auditioned for my first role.
Okay.
Well, okay. So yeah, even less than a year. Wow.
So
Yeah, so it's been under a year.
So let's talk about that. What you got your equipment. So first off, because I do tend to ask everybody, what was your first mic?
My first and current mic is the AKG P420.
Ooh, is that the one you're using right now?
Yes.
I see Eldurrino took a quick peek at his mic. Is that?
Yeah, it's probably similar to this one. This is a
Looks-
220.
Looks exactly the same.
Yeah, it's probably like the next line or the next couple of lines down.
Nice.
Yeah.
So in pardon me, because I did take a quick peek at your website, thecard.co. I noticed that you already have the room treatment. Did that also come in that same package?
No, that was over. That was after I moved and got married, and
Oh, congratulations.
actually, thank you. Actually, had an office that I could use. So I got it's just right now just some basic Amazon foam, but then I managed to acquire from a garage sale a lovely acoustic panel divider from a. It's very nice. It's curved. It's right beside me, and it's helped a lot
Okay.
as well.
Nice.
Is it the thing that I just my brain's trying to figure out what that is? Is it the one where it kind of like goes around that? Or
Yeah,
am I
sort.
thinking-
It's
yeah.
no. It's
No, okay.
huge. No, this is like a. No, it's like you put this between. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it.
So real quick, just for those that are actually listening and not watching on YouTube, Renara mimed going from the back of the mic, coming around, which is basically like a sound shield that you can put behind it. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. No, this thing is more akin to an office divider.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
currently
Okay. So
devo-
Magmorta
yeah.
says me thinking a privacy divider for some reason. That's it's essentially.
Yeah, it is a privacy divider, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Very
I'm
nice.
gonna let my mind try and figure out and conjure that image and figure out what all these are. But don't worry.
Okay. Very cool. Okay, so that happened more over time. So when you started your first audition, first off, where did you go?
I was on CastingCallClub.
And because tends to be where most people go to. How did you find Casting Call Club? Is this like somebody told you about it? Did you just like do a search?
I looked up like where do I go for auditions? Like what's on the line? And I found a whole bunch of places. Casting Call seemed about the easiest at the moment because you didn't really need a demo, and that's where I went.
Nice.
I also looked into Fiverr and Upwork and other places like that.
Any particular experience, or did you hold off on doing those just yet?
I've been on those ones for a while. My first gig I got was off of Casting Call Club.
Okay.
And then the second one I managed to get off Upwork.
Okay. I think you're one of the first few that I've actually heard that successfully got something through Upwork. So first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
How was that process?
So that was my first extremely professional job on that one. And I sort of fumbled with it because I told the guy, because he asked me, how long is this going to take you? I'm like, and I looked at the kind of like all the stuff I had to read. And I was like, I'd say about 1 to 2 hours max. 12 hours later.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was it a big script or was it a couple lines?
Yes.
Okay.
That was if you had looked on my card under the stuff I've done, that was the Senpei AI voice assistant.
AI, yeah.
Okay.
So I had to do a whole bunch of lines.
Right. And for those of you that are not familiar with the AI, essentially is you're saying something in a particular emotion, and then they give you other lines with other emotions, so on and so forth, and then you submit that. Generally, those are a lot of lines, so I'm surprised that now you know.
Yes, because I did not, and afterwards I roughly calculated it's like how long if I spent like 5 minutes on each line or 3 minutes, how long would it take me? So I got all the amount of lines times 3 minutes, and it turned out to be right around 12 hours.
Right.
So
yeah. So again, for those that are generally listening, recording's only one piece of it. You have to generally look through it, make sure it's okay, do a couple of takes. So yeah, you want to put in a quarter of a time is recording, 3/4 of it is everything else. So
yep.
All right. So you go through the voice. You've got Upwork. You've got Voices. I'm sorry, not Voices.com, but you've got Casting Call Club. There's the word. Yeah. So you did Upwork. You did Casting Call Club. Anywhere else that you started looking for when it comes to auditioning?
Let me take a quick peek at my voice acting sites. ACX. I was on ACX.
Oh, okay.
How's that?
Haven't gotten anything yet.
Right. Okay.
Have because you audition by submitting like a chapter of a book.
Yeah, they have their auditions, but you can be discovered. You can upload samples, and every time you upload a new sample, it appears on the top of the list. There, I've been told, and I want to do that. I just don't have enough samples to put there. But I could use samples of auditions I've done on ACX, so I might start doing that.
Nice. Sure. Well, that's a good tip for everybody who wants to go down that route. I know I know they have a very high expectation when it comes to sound quality and basically how things are delivered. So that's one thing to always watch out for when it comes to ACX itself.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, very, very cool. How did you land the Republic Commander gig, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes.
So that was my very first one.
Oh.
Very first audition.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if it was it was the first few. I got extremely lucky
Yeah.
with and it was paid. So I started out wanting to get paid, which in hindsight should have looked for free stuff as well, but hindsight.
Yeah.
Interesting to say, but yeah, cool.
So that one was, I think, fairly easy. Well, not really easy, but the person doing that gig, they are interested in getting new people on to give them a chance to have something that they can have on their resume.
Oh, nice.
That's really
So
cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I've done voices for them a couple of times, and I can probably do another voice for it coming up when they have the funds to do it. So it's a bit of a recurring gig,
Nice.
which is nice.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are gold. Yeah.
Well, yeah, just from what I saw, it looks like that game is still in early access. So
Yes,
yeah.
pretty sure it just had an update too.
Sure. So how is it like recording for a video game? Because we haven't really had too many guests that have been in video games as of yet. So could you just like walk us through the process you had to go through as far as recording?
So with that one, I had a script. That one, it's very basic because it's just sort of it's just basic flight chatter in the background.
Oh, okay.
So the one for like the Republic Commander, he's I don't even think this is coffee anymore. It's just little stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
more like ambient sound, I guess.
Yeah, ambience might appear over the comms of the ship you're flying.
Mhm.
So that one was very basic, very simple to do. Just record the lines, and didn't really need any context at all.
Gotcha.
Okay, sure.
Gotcha. So
You just recorded them on your own. You didn't have like
Yeah.
any live direction.
No, I've not done any live direction as of yet.
Oh, okay.
one quick question, because I'm very curious. I've never seen this before. In your studio, you're actually noting your internet speed. I personally haven't seen anybody list that. Is there a particular reason why you put that on there?
So when I made this, I looked at other people's cards and stuff, and I noticed a few people had it as well. So I just included it because I don't know, maybe people, see people's like, oh, he's got fast internet, should be a good upload, or I don't know.
Interesting. Huh.
Just trying to fill it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that-
I think it does matter in regards to using Source Connect, and don't quote me on this because I could certainly be wrong, but I think when people using Source Connect rather, their end is recorded essentially. So higher speed or having something like over a gig, means the latency is going to be a lot less. And therefore, recording things is a lot smoother. There's not as much delays. It'd basically be like recording while you're in the same room.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I
that's
can definitely
nice.
see that as being most
Yeah.
likely the case.
Right. That's I think why people list their speeds is just because, like better speed equals, you can upload your files quicker, your connection to another person for direction or whatever is going to be smoother, et cetera, et cetera.
Is there any
Mhm.
particular reason that you don't list any of your stuff you've got on your YouTube channel on your card at all?
No, no reason. I included my YouTube. So I had the mindset of, okay, the stuff I put here, this is what I've been paid for. This is my professional stuff.
Sure.
And I'm
Okay,
realizing
fair enough.
I realize it's probably a bit too narrow-minded to just have that. But I did include the link to my YouTube channel above my above like the resume there.
Yeah.
And for
Just
those
so like people
curious, that is
yeah, for those-
ShimmyChanga 6336.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Look me up
Yeah. Look them up.
on
look 'em up.
audiobooks.
Oh.
Unofficial audiobooks. on
Nice.
there.
Any particular genre or book?
A lot of fantasy are the ones I'm doing right now, and I've got they've been from Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm also a massive sort of Warhammer Fantasy nerd, so yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I got very, very happy. Sorry.
Yeah, so I discovered that one of the games I would play was Total War Warhammer 2, and I noticed on their website that they had 4 short stories
Uh-huh.
covering different factions.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed with Skaven, the Ratman. And when I first discovered Warhammer and the Skaven, I became so obsessed and started talking like them.
I mean, I've listened to because you've got a couple of videos that where you've emulated sort of the voice lines from some of the characters in Warhammer
Yes.
Fantasy 8 and stuff, and I like your Skaven. It does sound pretty good. I was going to ask
Thank
you
you.
what your favorite faction was, but you've answered that now. So.
Skaven.
Yes. Give a whoopstone now. But yeah, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah.
That happens a lot here. It's fine.
Yeah.
So let me because I love the voice that you just did. Is that just something that you've been doing all your life, or?
No, the Skaven one is recent.
Okay.
Within the past 4 years, I'd say, is when I started it.
Any tips for somebody wanting to do something like? Because I know that can be a very tiring voice.
Pace yourself.
Good.
Don't overdo it. Well, if you really want to sell it, you really got to put your breaths in there and your if you'll give me a second here.
You really want to grunt and growls and stuff.
Nice.
And just really get into it.
I'm so happy right now. Sorry.
If you do, I find I can sometimes listening to a voice can really help. Because once I heard Skaven, I figured out I could do it. Other stuff, accents for me, I can do most accents I can sort of slip into. But some I just need a quick listen.
Sure.
But if you're doing creatures, which is very interesting, a creature aspect of voice acting, it's you really got to get down into it. You really got to get into the mindset.
Right.
So is that something that you've had all your life? Because that's an ear thing. You're being able to hear just a little piece of it and then just start going into it.
Yes,
Nice.
I've had that pretty much my whole life. Other people also have little sayings. So I know one saying would be somebody could do, if they want to do a British, maybe they want to slip into it and they might just do 1, 2, 3 tomatoes and they go straight into it like that.
I saw Renara.
It's more the fact of the sorry. I get what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah. Some people have little sayings that they
Right.
know in the accent, and once they
Phrases,
start
yeah.
speaking, phrases.
Yeah.
They have phrases they know in the accent, and once they speak the phrase, then it's like, oh, I know how to say that now.
I'm intrigued to hear how you the American phrase now. Have you got one of those?
No, that one I can just slip right into.
Oh, well.
Real
Any
quick
tips then?
Real quick in
Sorry.
chat, Fire and
yeah.
Brimstone says he's really good at Skaven. So
Yes.
I've been told many times that, like, amazing Skaven, so.
nice.
No biggie.
No
big
big.
deal.
It's
No biggie.
Renara, sweeping the shoulders. I noticed your software you're using Reaper. I know Eldurrino's a fan of Reaper.
Yes.
Any particular
I'm
reason?
a fan of anything that isn't Audacity, but
Oh, I'll get there.
So, reason I'm a fan of Reaper is I used to do Adobe. I used to have the entire Adobe suite. Because I was at school for graphic design and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I used it when I got back. And then I realized it's way too much. And I discovered Reaper from other voice actors on YouTube. And when I found out that it was a one-time payment, I was sold.
Ah, well, that's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of DAWs these days, especially the higher end ones. Yeah, it's all yearly or monthly subscription based now.
Yeah, I'm tired of paying monthly.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
understood.
the Microsoft model. Gosh darn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
what specifically about Reaper aside from, I guess,
I
not
like
being
that
as grandiose?
I have it set up so whenever I open a new project, everything is ready for me. I named the file, and everything's ready. It's set up the way I want. All the basic effects are in place, so I don't have to turn on noise cancellation or other things. Like, very basic. It's just basic editing. They're all there, so as soon as I'm done recording, I hit play to listen to it. It sounds good.
Sure.
Nice.
Okay.
And I
you can
really
do
like
that
that.
with a lot of DAWs. Just
Yeah, but I don't know. The whole I didn't know Audacity too well, and so learning Reaper, I wasn't really sacrificing too much knowledge for it.
right.
So it was an easy switch over.
Sure.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, everybody gets comfortable with particular things, and I know Eldurrino's been trying to get Renara to go into Reaper for quite some time.
You should do it.
I mean, as I've said, it's like it's not really too difficult to learn. Personally, it's simple as here's
You
the
can
basics.
do a free trial.
Right, you certainly can. Yeah, I think it's 14 days for Reaper.
I thought it was a whole month.
Oh, maybe. I'm not
Maybe.
sure.
I don't know. I haven't been on the site.
Yeah.
I just have the added problem of I started using Audacity when I was a teenager and haven't used anything else since. So I've got very proficient at it. if
What
that
do
makes
we
any
always
sense.
say around here, Renara? Don't rest on your laurels.
Oh, shut up! I know.
Stop using my words against me.
Man, how dare you?
I'm British. I can complain. It's fine.
Well, ShimmyChanga, let me ask you this: where do you see yourself in about 5 years?
Let's see. 5 years. I don't know. I'm probably sitting in the same chair.
Hey, a good chair that lasts a long time.
It's
That's not a bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm hoping within 5 years I will have a better setup, or at least recordings area. I hope to have that set up with really good. What the heck are they called? Acoustic panels, the
Okay.
proper acoustic panels. Whether I got to build those myself or buy them. I also hope to actually be making a decent amount in voiceover and having consistent work. That's where I'm hoping to be.
Is this currently? I mean, you've mentioned you bottled water, which, by the way, down here you're super important. We use bottled water down here a lot. So, so
I control whether you live or die.
Pretty much.
God.
Yeah. Wow. Are you looking to do VO as full time? I mean,
yes.
Okay. Everybody's dream. Do you have a particular threshold that you're looking at, and when you can say, okay, I'm done with this 9 to 5, I'm moving to VO?
So I did quit the water job.
Oh, okay.
When I started, it was rough anyways. I'd been working there a good few years, and at the time I was the only other employee. And as soon as I quit, they hired a full team.
Oh wow!
Oh.
So
don't you love feeling like that? Like, wow, I did like the work of 7 people.
Right.
Not the first time I've done it, but I switched over to a casual custodian job at the schools here in town, because that was to give myself more time to get into voice acting, and honestly, didn't use the time super well, but I gotta thank. Yeah, I know, but I gotta thank my wife. She's been incredible with the hard work she's done, and I'll be thankful for her to give me this chance, and I hope to make it in VO so I can like give back to her later on
Aw.
with travels, because that's another thing. I hope to eventually get to a point where I can go on a trip with her somewhere
Mhm.
and take a day where it's like, oh yeah, I'll just do a day of voice acting or whatever and just have my portable setup and do a thing and then continue on.
Nice.
So that's my
That sounds
dream.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. hmm
Have you done any coaching? Have you looked into that?
Mm.
No coaching as of yet.
Okay.
Maybe sometime down the line.
Mhm.
Any particular thoughts on it, or how do you think you're going to find that coach that you're looking for?
I'm not too sure yet.
Okay.
I've seen recommendations from other voice actors. There's a few some people really like. I may look further into it. I don't have really any like voice acting person I look up to. It's like this person inspired me. So
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, I'm sure we can come up with some recommendations if you need them, but
yeah,
I'm holding
absolutely.
back. I'm
I know.
And it's, yeah,
Crispin Freeman, I
it's
know runs a particular one. It's on the pricier side, but it's super legit. So
yeah,
yeah.
and
Paul
it's
Schmidt.
yeah.
Oh,
I've
okay.
learned that because I only did a year at college and then dropped out because the course wasn't
Okay.
too great and
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
wasn't. But I recently heard someone say, like, there are people out there willing to drop thousands of dollars to go to college and come out with debt. And some people have issues spending a few hundred on a coach or teacher that can get them further in what they want to do. So that kind of
Exactly.
opened my eyes a little bit. Like, you know what? Yeah, coaching someday when I got the spare change.
Gotcha. Any
That's fair.
particular audition that's gotten away from you that you wish you could have gotten?
Let's see. None that I can really none that come to mind.
Okay. Is there like, if you could replace somebody in the VO community, is there a particular person that you're A, really good at, or B, would love to have replaced?
No, not.
Whose job are
Bless
you
you.
trying to take, Shimmy?
Yeah. That's what it
Fine, I'll take Zamoody's.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Wow.
Stand aside. You don't drink enough water.
Oh no,
Wrong one.
here's my water bottle now. So
Yeah.
You call that a water bottle?
oh
Yeah. This is a water bottle.
Okay, yeah, that one's the water bottle.
there you go.
Okay, yeah,
There
he's
you
got
go.
it.
Nobody's coming after my job. I feel very safe.
Yeah.
So most of this time here we've been talking about like a lot of character work. I also noticed that you had a commercial demo up. So what are your thoughts on commercial work, and do you see yourself getting into it at any point?
Maybe at some point. I think it because commercial work is probably one of the most common voiceover jobs out there.
Right.
So if I can get into it, dip my toes a little bit, do a bit of it, I need to redo the commercial demo. Both demos. But it's kind of one of those things where, yeah, I'll do some commercial if I can get commercial. I'll do character if I get character. I'm okay to try out a lot of stuff to find out what's good, what's not.
Gotcha. So there's no preference between the two?
Character definitely is more fun.
Sure, of course.
Commercial, it's not bad. More common.
Okay.
And if I can get, yeah, like commercially, you're kind of hoping to get a recurring client. So
Right. I was just going to say, like, just based on advice that I've gotten from other people, looking at VO as a full-time job, you kind of like character work seems a bit few and far between unless you do get something that is recurring, like you said. And usually people do supplement that with commercial work. So basically, the commercial side becomes their more 9 to 5, and then character work is just kind of like icing on the cake as far as that goes. So
character work is definitely icing on the cake.
Right. So, I mean, I love giving unsolicited advice because that's just what we
Yeah.
do. But I
Yeah.
would say, yeah, don't necessarily, discount commercial work because, I
No,
mean,
you hear commercial work and IVR stuff all the time. You hear it
oh,
more
right.
than character work.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, and in perpetuity, do the research on the whenever for corporates. Make sure you're doing research on the company,
Mhm.
and to make sure that if you go with one, that you're not shutting a door on perhaps something else. We've had the
Yep.
example of Pepsi and Coke. If you go with one of them, you're never going to work for the other type thing. So
I
in
don't
that
know if
sort
I'll
of
get in either of them. They both taste the same to me.
Yeah, I'll take
Hey,
either. I
you
mean,
never know. You never know.
You never
Don't
know.
go in thinking it's possible. Never go in thinking
Yeah.
you're never gonna get it because you
Yeah.
miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And trust me, I have regretted it every time. So yeah.
Quote
yeah.
Michael Scott.
I love this. There's a question in chat. So let's from
Oh.
Fire and Brimstone. I have a question for Shimmy. What was your most challenging accent to learn?
Still challenging is German. I wish I could do a better German accent
Huh.
because
Ah,
I feel you there.
I'm trying to learn German, and I have German heritage on my mum's side. Her mother was from Germany, or her parents were from Germany. So
Hmm.
I really wish I could do a better one that wasn't stereotypical,
Oh, right.
like a really
I get you.
nice. Yeah,
okay.
Fair enough.
that's probably the hardest. Actually, I guess a bit of Irish and Scottish, they sort of blend together, and
Yeah.
the Australian
Hmm.
blends with it as well. It blends. All
For
three of those
Irish-
blend together.
For Irish and Scottish ones, if you can learn if you go in starting with the actual Irish language, I know that sounds really weird, but the Irish language is quite unique in regards to how it separates between Irish and Scottish. Scottish is your stereotypical, like, stoic sort of thing, but Irish it's more nuanced. So if you go Irish first and then to Scottish, it's easier to do that than from Scottish to Irish, if that makes
Mm,
I
any
was
sense.
gonna
yeah,
say,
usually,
isn't
yeah.
Scottish just like an exaggerated Irish?
No.
How dare you? You,
uh,
you Americans know nothing.
Hey,
it's
You're
No,
not
it's
wrong.
m-
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I mean, I can go on forever about the differences and the Celtics and everything. There's a different Cornish is in there as well, but I won't go on for that.
I wasn't trying to start a war. Quote
Are
Miley
you sure
Cyrus.
about that?
Well, you've got one.
Another question from chat from Blaze, kind of bad. How about a French accent?
Okay, I know Blaze.
Trying to start some
Stirring
trouble.
up trouble.
Yeah.
And to him, all I have to say to him is, oh, oui, baguette.
Oh no. Fair enough.
Fire and
All right.
Brimstone says to make things more complicated, you have to learn the Southern and Northern Irish
Oh, yes.
accents.
Those are two different things.
Yeah, definitely. When I do Scottish, it's a bit more like Renara said, stoic.
Yeah.
And Irish, I'm doing a bit of the higher tone, and
Just
Yeah,
don't
try-
start going leprechaun.
Yeah.
Sorry, what? Don't go leprechaun?
That's what I
you
heard.
don't
Yes.
don't want to go
Sorry,
leprechaun.
don't go
No Lucky
leprechaun.
Charms. I was waiting for the Lucky Charms comment from somebody, but
Aw,
no, it's
man.
good. All right. Well, okay. So we've talked about kind of where you've gotten your go from, and it's very. First off, let me say, considering you just started in April, the 2 paid gigs is incredible.
Yeah.
A lot of people spend a lot of time, so congratulations to that.
Yes,
Definitely keep going the way that you're going. So we know you're kind of interested in coaching, but what about like the classes stuff? Is that a way that you want to go? Or are you more of a learning as you go type of person?
Kind of learning as you go. Yeah, I'd have to say learning as you go.
Gotcha.
It's easier for me to learn by doing.
Right.
I get you.
So, and learn from what I've done looking back and be like, okay, I've done that. Now I can do this a whole lot better.
Right.
Have you been paying any attention to Twitter? I know a lot of people get stuff from independent studios on Twitter itself.
I don't have a Twitter account. I was never into Twitter. I know a lot of people use it, but I do have a. I'm in a few like voice acting servers, and there's one where people do post auditions they see from Twitter, so I kind of get it from
right.
there.
Oh,
I'd
okay.
recommend it, but because I would personally, I know Twitter's gone up and down and through hellfire and everything
Yeah.
recently, and all of that jazz. But as somebody who has never used Twitter until they started voice acting, the amount of, I mean, I've been put on so many rosters from people who are just, they put out on Twitter and they say, hey, voice actors, I'm making my roster of VAs for this year, comment below, and then they add you to that, and I get a monthly like this month's casting call with a couple of things. Like, it's a monthly thing, and it's a good source if you can, because the VA community on there, I cannot fault them. They are wonderful, lovely people. I know Twitter can be a hellscape in other places, but
Just don't go to those places.
yeah, just ignore those
Yeah,
places.
just
We don't
stay,
need
you're
to go. Stay for the VA.
Yeah.
But no,
I probably will at some point to do it, just to get on. Yeah.
So we've got about 10 minutes left in the interview, so I'm going to ask you the question that I tend to ask everybody. If you're able to go back to April 2022 and talk to yourself, what piece of advice would you give to yourself?
I would tell myself to turn up the gain on your microphone.
I love that.
I get that.
Nice.
I
Solid
like-
advice.
Learn how to normalize, and because
Yeah.
when I first started, on my computer, I'd listen to the audio. I was like, yeah, that sounds good. I put it onto something, and then I listen it from someone else's device or from somebody else, and I could barely hear it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Wow.
no, it's yeah.
Good to know. If somebody was to approach you and say, how do I get started in this whole voice acting thing, what advice would you give them?
Definitely do some research. Don't have to start with a expensive equipment, but get some decent stuff. And I don't know, what else would I tell them?
Casting Call Club?
Casting Call Club, definitely start on Casting Call Club. And yeah, just look for there, improve yourself, try and learn acting. Learn to really, don't read too fast.
Don't read too slow either.
Don't read too slow. You gotta, it's very fine. You gotta really get that nice scent of it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Red Shirt 9821 is saying Twitter really has some great communities, and I have to agree, absolutely. Again, I mean, you don't have to join it; you can still kind of like lurk it and explore it. The VA community is actually fairly welcoming. I mean, it's very. I haven't really run into any negative issues other than maybe like bickering back and forth between people. But when it comes to like welcoming new people, it's good. It's a good place for information, and hopefully, it isn't messed up because of all of the other stuff going on with the program itself.
I was going to say I could think of one particular situation involving a certain Troy Baker.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, the internet's the internet. You got to watch what you say. But that was NFTs, and you got to watch out for certain key phrases and stuff.
Right.
Co-hosts, questions from you all.
Go ahead, Renara.
What is there a role in particular that you haven't done yet that you really want to do? Like, if it turned up on like Casting Call, you'd go straight for it. What type of role would that be?
Skaven.
Fair enough.
Let me voice it.
So to tack onto that, do you see yourself being able to work with Warhammer down the line? Because I know that would be that.
If if I could, I would take that opportunity. I would love to do that.
Warhammer Plus. They have Warhammer Plus, and they do get seemingly
Yeah.
unknown voice actors. So
Yeah.
There you go.
And how does one become involved with that, Renara, since you've mentioned it?
Seemingly you have to have an IMDb of some degree and in some form. Not necessarily one with loads of things, but like you've done something with an IMDb credit, and then just. Well, to be honest, it's one of those in perpetuity things. If you work for them, then you kind of can't really work anywhere else because they're very, very tight on their IP.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I
Other than
haven't
that.
figured I haven't figured out the secret to that, and I'm very much trying to do a dark elf, and would very much like to voice one of Marathi's K-Knights. But we'll have to figure that out together at some point, Shimmy. We'll find that out together.
Hey, Games
If I find
Workshop, we're over
something,
here.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
Okay.
If I something, I'll tell you. If you find something, you tell me.
Yep.
We'll work it. It's fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll work it. Networking. Oh,
Networking.
that's another thing I would tell new voice actors. Find yourself a good network of people. Find other voice actors, and just get yourself into a community where other people will share roles or that you might not have found otherwise.
Right.
I like that. I like that. Blaze kind of bad says Shimmy is an amazing reader.
Yes, I read him to sleep the other night.
Ooh.
Aww.
I don't
That's
know if that...
adorable.
Then that means you need to be doing more audiobooks on your YouTube channel.
Yes,
Right.
I've okay, yeah,
Ooh,
so
that's an
for that,
interesting
I
idea.
actually have
Sorry.
two more short audiobooks from the Total War thing. One is for Lizardmen, which I will be working on next, and then the other is for the Dark Elf little short story.
Oh boy.
I'm
Yeah,
already
and the-
subscribed, so I'll be waiting for that.
Yeah, I'll eventually get around to those.
Nice.
Lizardmen first. And
Oh,
then
sure.
I might I've got the book here, Miss the Book of Ages. I may do an audiobook of that and upload the chapters onto YouTube.
Nice.
Mhm.
It's great practice. I mean, just to pick up. I mean, like people recommend read a newspaper out loud just to get your practice, your timing, everything all set. I mean, this is essentially the same thing. You're just putting it out there for other people to listen to. Obviously, I mean, it's not something that you can make money on, but it's great practice.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Dorino.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask real quick, given that you have lent your voice to a video game, are you a fan of video games yourself?
One might say I've a bit too much.
Sure.
No such thing.
Similar to myself. What is there any franchises that you would love to be a voice in?
Aside from Warhammer,
Aside from Warhammer, yeah.
I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing pops to mind.
Nothing really pops to mind.
You'd be perfect for Warhammer.
Yeah, it would be. I guess kind of like any. I'd go for a lot of opportunities for different games.
Sure.
I think that'd be really cool. Just to have a nice repertoire of.
Have you perchance considered auditioning for Skywind? Cough, cough, cough. Sorry.
I've done one for a Dark Elf for the male.
Ooh.
Someone
And-
has before. Sorry.
And I am wanting to do one for the Ashlander. I just have to I just gotta get down the Ashlander native tongue language.
Yeah.
So I got that written down. But yeah, I guess Elder Scrolls might be interesting to do.
There you go.
Yeah,
Because
I could see that.
I can do a Dark Elf from like the original Morrowind.
Mhm.
You and moi. Yes.
He's got it. So, well, yeah.
Yeah. So I have auditioned for that, and I will audition again.
That was great.
I love how Renara's nerding out right now. This is hilarious.
Hey, it's more the fact of, hey, if you want, because I'm on Skywind, so if you would like to, I can give pointers and things like that if needs be, and I know exactly what you're talking about with the Ashlander and the pronunciations with the different vowels, because that's what they got us all to learn to do Dunmer at the beginning, and then they changed it to just Ashlanders. So I am happy to give expertise if needs be.
Nice.
Yeah, so definitely like that.
Zamoody, Zamoody, make sure to record this, or rather make this into a sound sample later. Friendship activated.
Fair enough.
Then we can use that every time Renara nerds out over one of our guests.
I mean, it happens more than I care to admit, but it's still, I just
Hey,
get
there's
very,
nothing wrong with that.
I get excited and happy
I
about
mean-
people who enjoy stuff, and it's fun. So yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Shimmy was just talking about, networking with people. I
Yes.
know sometimes it may be a little scary to approach people, whether that be in person or online, but voice acting community is fantastic, and they're always super supportive. So that leads me to my final question for you, Shimmy. What is your favorite pizza topping?
Oh God, he died.
Pepperoni?
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fine. Hey,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
If you don't have one, you
I-
don't have one.
I-
You can say that too. That's fine.
I don't have I don't have favorite foods. Or
That is perfectly
preferably.
fine.
It's just
Oh, you just confused Eldurrino with that statement.
I mean, you were the
It's like,
first person to ever tell us
I
that,
like-
but hey.
I like certain foods a bit more than others.
Okay.
But I can't just narrow down my favorite because if I have a favorite, I will eat it until I'm tired of it, and then I will no longer have a favorite. So I
So
don't
you
have a
don't
favorite.
you don't have that one particular meal that you specifically don't overeat on, so that you can
No.
like space it apart 6 months and then have it again and still enjoy it to the fullest effect.
No.
You're assuming all of us have that level of control, Eldurrino.
You should.
No,
No.
I like
I'm really glad you mentioned that, because me and my fiance were talking about the word control right before the show, and it was great. Anyways, go on.
I'm gonna start
Yeah,
playing the
no,
music now.
Yeah.
Cool. I realize how horrible saying that out loud made me sound.
You're
Ooh.
fine.
That might be a short later, so we'll see about that. Shimmy,
I've got plenty to pick from.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep shorting your name. ShimmyChanga, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. It's always great to talk to somebody and hear your journey. Again, you're on an incredible path, so I look forward to hearing more from you and seeing some stuff pop up. We'll keep an eye on your card, and hopefully we'll see that resume expand. And it's all
Hopefully.
yeah, absolutely. So with all that said, thank you so much for everybody that was here. If you're here live while we were recording, or if you're watching on YouTube, or listening to anywhere where you get your podcast, thank you so much for being here. Yes, I see that did get frozen, so I'm working. Sorry about that. There we go. So appreciate it. If you have any topics anybody you want us to talk to, or if you want to be a guest for the next season, because my understanding is that we're pretty booked up for this particular one, feel free to email us, ColdReadthePodcast@gmail.com.
For season 5, season 6 booking is completely open.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
please-
So season 5 that
Yes.
we're currently in, we're full, but
Yes.
later,
Yes.
later on in the year.
Correct.
Yes.
I agree.
So if you have any questions, any comments, email us, or join us on Discord, please come on in.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you. If you have any audio you want us to listen to, please we submit it. We'd love to hear it. And give us we'll give you feedback, very constructive. We're not mean, we're not anything to that effect. Next intro is Eldurrino. Okay.
Yep.
And again, if you're still here, we'd love to consider your intros. So come on in, join us, and
I'll definitely be giving you ones.
yay!
Ooh.
We'll do a community intro every now and then, and see how that all works out. So, sorry, didn't mean to spring that on you, co-host, but it was kind of a lightning storm, and I couldn't stop it from coming out of the mouth. So, it's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna have a talk later. I'm kidding.
No, I know. So with all that said and done, just a couple last minute words of inspiration from all of us, and you're welcome to join us, ShimmyChanga, if you'd like to as well. I will say, as I'm experiencing at the moment, is it's okay if you need to stop for a little bit. Don't be afraid to start again. You'll find that magic and you'll find that fun as you go. Next.
I will say, don't be afraid. I know, getting into the booth, getting in front of a mic, recording yourself, hell, just talking to people sometimes, it's all a little intimidating, a little scary. But you know what? Put your best foot forward, get out there, and see what happens. Because I can almost guarantee you'll make yourself happy.
Renara?
And I'm going to say, don't be afraid to be yourself. And enjoy being you, and don't compare yourself to anyone. Everyone's journey is completely different, and we're learning about different journeys every time we have somebody on. And small little thing of don't be afraid to reach out, and don't be afraid to just join a load of Discord servers. As weird as that sounds, it's how I've met most of the new people in the voice acting industry, as well as people have asked me, because I will introduce myself as a voice actor, and then people will ask me questions about it, because certain servers that I join aren't voice acting servers, but they are nerdy servers. So if there's a certain individual you may follow on YouTube, or a certain individual you follow on Twitter, and they have a Discord, just go on there, meet new people, have fun, and who knows who you'll meet? Who knows what will happen? Don't forget
Zamoody.
to be yourself along the way.
Almost got through the whole episode without one.
Almost.
Shimmy, any last words?
Don't forget to have fun with it.
Love it.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for everybody that was here. We're going to go ahead and go offline, make sure that we can produce and put this up on YouTube tomorrow. So thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. See you later.
Drink water.
Microwaves. There it is.
Microwaves.
Drink your water. I'm coming for you.